Good morning. Daniel Ramsey with you. You watching the Bod Call YouTube channel. We're back out here at Pismo Beach. Yep, we brought another one out to the Arroyo Grande Trailer Hitch RV Center. Same place we went just probably not even a month ago. Come on back out here. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a reset in out here on the beach. Let me jump back in my truck's wind's blowing. I just want to let y'all see where I'm at, and let me kind of tell you why I'm doing this video a little different than I've done the rest of them. All right, so first thing give me an idea of doing this a little different was I was looking at each run and how we were putting the money up in the corner, and like one run would get more deadhead than the other run, and the numbers weren't really, they're close, but they still weren't very accurate because I'd have the deadhead from one load on the other load and stuff like that. So I usually don't edit and put my videos up till I get back to the house. So I decided, well, I'm just going to run whatever I do this week. You know, usually stay out 2 to 3 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. I'm just going to keep the tally going the whole time I'm out. And that way, when I get back home, because when I left the house, my fuel was, I had 1/8 of a tank. I mean, I was sitting on empty, so I had to fuel up just to leave the house. Went to Indiana. I didn't film anything about picking that unit up. It was another one of those big mammoth, gigantic things. I say it wasn't as big as like a big toy hauler. It was a toy hauler, but it was 15,000 pounds. I had to put it on a scale. I only had 100 pounds left over. But we got that loaded up. It was storming. It was pouring down rain. I'm like, oh, they just gonna have to miss out on this because it's tough enough to get loaded up when it's raining and try to video it. But of course, it probably make good content, me out there in the rain trying to get hooked up. But we just decided not to do that. And then I said, well, I'll catch up with them down the road. So I drove on down the road, and that rain turned into snow over in Nebraska. Well, first it turned into sleet, then it turned into snow, and I just wasn't in the mood. Another thing about this week now, I'm right now, I think it's March let me look real quick. Yeah, it's March the 10th. So when I left the house, when I left Halton, at the Halton pilot there, some of y'all probably know that on I-20. That's where I always fuel up. I fuel up at the Halton pilot when I leave the house. And when I left the pilot, fuel was going up fast because of the Iran thing and all that stuff. Fuel was going up crazy. It already jumped up like 30 cents. The second time I stopped and fueled in West Memphis, it done jumped up another 30 cents. And by the time I got up to Indiana and loaded and got over the Big Springs, it was up like $1 over what it was just a few days earlier. And so then I had to put a little fuel in. My main tank, my main fill up's gonna be Big Springs, and then I kind of keep it full till I get over Littlefield, Arizona, because I don't want to buy no fuel in California. So it stayed about $1 higher than it was just a week before. I took a big hit on this coming out here, so the money's not looking good, but we're going to look at it. Let's look at the money. Pull my paper out. I got it all wrote down. We're going to try to be very accurate. I've told y'all in the past, I like to keep about 50% is what it takes to run this truck with fuel, maintenance, everything. I just put brand new tires. Got brand new tires all the way around my truck. When we get out at a truck stop or something, we'll take a look at them. I'll tell you how much I paid for that, what I decided to get, and what we're going to pay for those. But right now, let's just look at the load real quick. And then on top of the fuel prices going down, we took, what was it, maybe a couple of months ago, the rates dropped. I mean, everybody's rates dropped. You've seen other YouTubers talking about their rates dropping, and hoping it's temporary, just trying to get the year started or whatever. But when the rates drop, it's pretty much straight across the board. I mean, I've talked to Waves drivers, Foremost drivers, Jimbo drivers, Indiana transport drivers. It's pretty much the same thing across the board. So it's not just us. So the rates drop down. This load I'm taking, would have normally paid $1.87 a mile. It paid $1.82, which I think that last one I come out here, didn't I say it paid $1.82, or the one I took to Washington paid $1.82? But anyway, so it's 2,296 paid miles at $1.82, came out to 4178.72. And of course they hold out their $40 pickup fee. So that made it come out to $4,138.72. Now the fuel, that's where it hurt this trip. That's where it hurt. So like I said, I picked up fuel when I left Louisiana there, and just outside of Shreveport in Halton. I picked up fuel there. I just grabbed 50 gallons, cost me $183.10. Then I drove up to West Memphis. Hindsight, I sure wish I would have just topped off. See, when I looked at my app, fuel was cheaper in West Memphis than it was in Halton. But fuel was like going up. I mean, seriously, it was like going up a nickel an hour or something. It was crazy. It was going up. It was going up so fast. When I got to West Memphis, the fuel I paid for in Halton would have been cheaper than what I paid for in West Memphis, because it was steadily going up. So hindsight, I wish I'd topped off at Halton, because the price of fuel had already gone up that fast. So I got to West Memphis, went ahead and topped the tanks off at West Memphis. Cost me $614.34. All right, so then I went up to Indiana. I got loaded. I loaded up. I headed west out on 80. I stopped at Grand Isle, Nebraska. Of course, I didn't do all this in one. I slept at the Iowa 80 truck stop. Got up, went to Grand Island, the Bozeman there. That's pretty much where everybody tops off going west, to the Bozeman and Grand Island, Nebraska. It looks like I didn't need much. I probably still have plenty left over, but because I only put $372.72 in Grand Island, Nebraska. So I topped my tanks off, topped everything off there. That's just what I held. So I drove, and it looked like I put a little more in Hudson, Colorado. I'm trying to think of where that is. I think that's just north of Denver. So what I do is, as I'm going along, I'm kind of watching the price of fuel, because I don't want to go to California and buy fuel. So I start just kind of topping off, like, oh, I see. You can see, like, the further you go, you'll have those real big hikes. So you try to get a little bit more, so you don't end up having to fill it up for a lot more. So anyway, Hudson, Colorado, I put in $449.82. And then the TA, if you're going west, going out to California, the TA in Littlefield, Arizona, is the place you, as of right now, and as it's been for the last several months, I always top off at Littlefield, Arizona. That's like the last, even though it's higher than what you've been paying, you drive 1 mile further and you done hike $1 or $2 a gallon after that. So Littlefield, Arizona is going to be where you want to top it off, so that you can get into California and get back out without having to buy fuel. And it looks like I took on a pretty good bit. I didn't write my gallons down. I should have wrote that down. But Littlefield, Arizona, I got $425.22. So I topped off there at Littlefield, and that's where I am, sitting out here, Pismo Beach, California. I've got plenty of fuel in my truck. I probably got, I don't know, I got a lot, because I mean, from Littlefield, Arizona, I probably didn't burn 30, 40 gallons or so. I don't know. I still got a pretty good bit of fuel, maybe more now. I maybe burn 50 or something, but I still got a lot of fuel. I got plenty of fuel to probably get me back to Denver. That's what I'm thinking. And then I may put 50 gallons in. That'll get me back over to Grande, Nebraska, and that way I can top off at Grande, Nebraska. The total was $2,045.20 in fuel. Now, if you look at the load, pays $41.38, and I just paid $2,045. That's almost 50% right there. So that shows you how far down I am because of the fuel prices popping up. And yeah, so the fuel prices hurt me really bad. At least 10%. Took at least 10% of profit away from me, at least, maybe more. I hadn't figured that out. Now, that's fuel all the way from Louisiana. I mean, that's every drop of fuel from Louisiana to Indiana to California. But see, I can't say, well, there's because the deadhead from California back to Indiana is further than the deadhead from Louisiana to Indiana. Louisiana to Indiana. Okay. So I'll go back to Indiana. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get back to Indiana. Actually, I'm stopping at Denver, Colorado to work a RV show, which probably won't make but a few $100 on that. I don't know. We'll see. But, and then I go to Indiana to pick up another load. Now, I may come back west. I may go back south. I don't know where I'm going to go, but see what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the same total going. So I'll stop at Denver, do the RV show, throw that couple $100 on there, whatever that pays. Go to Indiana, whatever I do, just say I go to Louisiana or Texas, and then go home, and then I'm going to end the total right there. That way we know what it costs all the way back to the house. So that'll give us a lot more accurate detail. And be honest with you, I watch my own videos to see if I'm making money. I'm not a numbers guy. You know, I said that from the beginning when people say, hey man, put some numbers up. I'm like, I'm really not a numbers guy. Just my checking account's not going in a hole. That means I'm making money. So I don't like numbers, but this is a good way to keep up with it. It even helps me keep up with it. So, hey, when I get out of here, get down the road, truck stop, we'll take a look at them new tires, and I'll tell you what kind of tires I got and how much I spent on that. I'm pretty proud of the tires. I like them. Tires is almost like getting an argument started about Ford, Chevrolet versus Ram. You know, when you talk about trucks, boy, you talking about you can stir up some comments, and tires is almost just like that. You say, okay, what kind of tires do I need to put on? And boy, people start fighting. They like, I love this. I love Michelin. I love Bridgestone. I love Yokohamas, and I hate them. I love them. Oh, that's the best tire. That's the sorriest tire. I mean, you cannot get anybody's reaction on tires, because whatever tire one guy loves, another guy hates. So it's crazy. So anyway, I just went with the tires that the tire man that I've been working with for, oh my goodness, so many years. You know, I've been in the big truck industry, owner operator, and I bought all my big truck tires from him. I bought all my personal tires. I've always bought tires from the same person for several years, and I told him what I was doing. I told him what problems I was having with the Nextons or whatever that was that come on the truck. And so he made a tire decision for me. One decision was made so that I could overcome one of the problems I was having. So we're going to see how it works. So when we get somewhere, right now they're buried in sand. You can't hardly see them. I'd show them to you right now, but we get out on some concrete truck stop. I'll show them to you, and we'll look at them, go over the price. Alright, I'm wearing my socks. It's low tide, so you don't normally see these rocks. Well, I guess you see them once a day, but so does that mean he's lost? He got to wait for the tide to come back. There's my way back. In case you can't tell in the video, this is about what I see. Oh, it's like straight up. Get to the top. That was a bugger. Hello. How close you gonna let me get? About that close? I couldn't land on a dolphin head. Couldn't land. Oh, good grief, we're gonna walk right up to you. Yep, that's where it just come from, down there. You'll see what we got over here. There's Pismo Beach. And over there, where I spent the night on the beach, right over there. And there's the ocean. Just a little scenery shot. Been running along these orange groves. They got them all covered up with nets, I guess, to keep birds and stuff or whatever. They're the little cuties, the cuties plant, you know, where you buy the little oranges at the grocery store. That's what they're raising here, is the little cuties. Got the mountains, and over here, I don't know what little trees those are. They got no leaves or nothing on them. You can tell they've been all pruned, but as far as the eye can see, I mean, they go a long ways back there. Beautiful mountains here. Yeah, boy. Alright, problem? I've only got one plug on my built-in converter for my truck, and your truck has to be on and running for it to work. So I have my Starlink and my laptop charging. Well, the Starlink ain't charging, it's just running. What I decided is, if I just get one of these little inverters, whatever, 400 watt inverter here, and I only have one plug for my truck, and I really needed two. So I put 2 plugs into this, it seems like it would solve the problem. But do you hear the new problem that it caused? I don't think they could have made that thing any louder. Anyway, I might give it a try. But the funny thing is, and this is a long story, so you may want to skip ahead 10, 20 seconds. I stopped at Pilot and bought one of those little 12-volt heaters because I can sleep all night without the engine running, but about 3 a.m. or so, you know, it wouldn't hurt to just kind of knock the chill. So I got one of those little 12-volt heaters. That was a joke. The little flat one you see at the Pilot, don't waste your money on that. That was a joke. I guarantee you, the breath coming out of my mouth was hotter than that thing could get. It didn't do anything. But this thing right here, it's putting out some heat. So I don't think this is going to work in the summer months. It's going to heat the truck up too much. It's loud and it's hot. I really just kind of got it for a temporary fix. My main goal is to get like a Jackery. I'm going to get me a big one, like a 25, 3,000 watt one or so. And I want to just fix it up under the bed and just plug it in so that when I'm running, it's charging. And then I'll have all my stuff already plugged into it, just, you know, and then everything's, when I'm not running, it's charged up and it can run everything. I'm not running a refrigerator, a microwave, a TV, a coffee maker. You know, I don't do all that. This right here is my drink. That's all I drink. Go in the Pilot, get free ice and water, and put my Propel packs in it. And that little box that's sitting on, that's my snack box. Tuna fish and whatever. Bunch of stuff in there. Some peaches, peanut butter, bananas, whatever. I don't even have a refrigerator. I plan on getting a refrigerator. But on the other hand, I said I got some new tires. So I want to show you those tires. The wind's blowing 90 to nothing outside, so let me pull the dead cat. Get the dead cat out. We're going to definitely see if it works because it's definitely blowing out there. So let's go check that out. All right, let's see if this dead cat's going. I've already just tried to crack my door open. The wind yanked it away from me. So it's blowing. All right, so we went with the Yokohamas. So go ahead and start commenting on how bad you hate Yokohamas, because you either love them or you hate them. But that's what we went with. I also went about an inch or so wider than the originals. And I'll show you. I'll tell you, I'll probably get back in the truck and tell you why I decided to go a little wider. But they look good on the truck, if that matters. I'm more worried about, you know, how long they last and how well they drive and how good traction they got than I am how they look. But they do look good. Whew, my goodness. Let me jump back in the truck and tell y'all why I decided to go a little bigger tire. All right, guys, I love my Ram. If I was going to buy another truck right now, I'd buy another Ram. My wife drives a Ram. We're a Ram family. I wonder if my dead cat's blocking off all that noise that inverter over there is making. Because it does sound like a bunch of wind. That's fun. I'm watching this lady's walking around. She got like baggy parachute looking pants, and boy, they flapping like a hard wind, and it's crazy. That wind's wild out there. So anyway, what was we talking about? Tires? All right, so I love my Ram, but every truck has, you know, its weak points. And Ram will sell you a brand new truck with cheap front shocks on it. And for a normal person, like a farmhand that's just pulling a cattle trailer around, they're probably fine. But when you get out on the road and you're running 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 miles a week and constantly pulling heavy loads, you might want to think about upgrading those shocks. Now, what we have is, and when I say cupping, the front's cupping, I'm talking very so slightly. Matter of fact, if you're driving on clean concrete and looked at it, you wouldn't even be able to see it. You know, sometimes I go pick up on the yard and I go through that dirt. You can kind of see where the cupping don't have no dirt and other. You can feel it with your hand. It's not bad. Definitely, I rotate my tires as much as I can. So I kept them rotated, and every time I put a pair up there, they'd start cupping, but I rotate them, you know, and then, you know, that kind of works it out a little bit. But I was telling my tire man, I've got a tire man. If y'all interested, give me a comment. I'll let you know. I've been an owner-operator for over 30 years, and he's been my tire man just about the whole time. So I bought big truck tires from him. I have a lot of faith in him. I know he knows what he's talking about. And I was telling him about the cupping on the steer. He recommended that I go with just a slightly wider tire. It's the same height, but it's just slightly wider. And he said that's going to help you. So we'll see. We'll see if he knows what he's talking about. I came to California, ain't got no cupping yet, which I know that's just about 3,000 miles from Louisiana to Indiana to California. So we'll see. They want me to rotate them more. I rotate them every time I come home. I mean, I'm not going to rotate them out on the road. But, you know, I'll try to rotate them a little more. We'll see how that works out. But we'll test it out. 6 months from now, I'll tell you if I like the Yokohamas or not. But until then, we'll just wait and see. So anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got to be in Colorado for an RV show in a couple of days, so I got plenty of time to get there. So we're headed back northeast to Denver, Colorado, and we'll get back with you on the road. Alright, thought I'd do a quick panoramic view of what I'm looking at out here. We're on Highway 190. 190. Out here in the middle of nowhere. That's some kind of lake. I didn't catch the name of it. Don't have much water. Oh, there goes. Alright, let me try this again. I let my battery get so low, now I'm having to hold the battery pack to run it. But anyway, the view was nice and had a little wide spot. I thought I'd pull over and check this out here. A little closer, get that. Got a beautiful view out here. Mountains, desert, I guess. Desert. But it's a nice, peaceful drive. I I'm enjoying the drive, enjoying the scenery. If I tried to show all the scenery, the video would be 2 or 3 hours long, so I just give you a little bit as I go. I'm guessing that's salt down there. That lake has all that white. Alright, things may start getting interesting. Just made that right hand turn and it said no semis over 30 foot. So I think we might start getting into some switchbacks or whatever. Got some beautiful mountains off to the right. Got some brown mountains off to the left. Alright guys, that blacktop road gets boring sometimes. You gotta kind of get off and see what's down the road like this. Might take me a little while to get a couple 100 miles on this road. long way down right there, boy. Keep it on the road. Oh, made it downhill. Now we're getting ready to go back uphill again. Seems like we're all walking that direction. I don't know what we're walking to, but I'm just following the crowd. So wherever they're going, I guess that's where I'm going. Must be something over there. So I did not come prepared to wade into the water. It's already getting my feet wet just right here. I got a long way back to the truck. Ammo boys out there on their trailers cooking steak dinners out in the truck stops. I figured I'd show you. Sitting out here on my tailgate, eating my Del Taco. Back over here, and I knew good and well if I went to say it, I'd lose it. Where am I at? Here in Arizona, exit 8, whatever that is. It just left my mind. Just totally forgot. That's a TA truck stop. Right where I tell everybody, stop and top it off before you go to California, right here. And I usually have enough, I can bobtail all the way back to Nebraska, but now I did some driving the last couple of days. Went over there to the beach, then drove up 101, that coastal highway. Stopped at a couple other little beach towns. Ended up having to go back south to Bakersfield to catch 58. Then took a detour over to Death Valley. I done burned all my fuel up. I got about 50 gallons left. So I pull up my fuel man out. I'm going east. Littlefield, Arizona. See, I just have to quit thinking about it. I'll turn around and look at this. I just sat here and watched a beautiful sunset. Probably one of the best sunsets I've ever sat and watched at a truck stop. Littlefield, Arizona. But I'm going east, so that don't necessarily mean Littlefield's going to be the best price, so I have to pull it up and see. I know Grand Junction's going to be a little cheaper. Might have to get some there, and I got to stop at Denver. I still got 2 days to get to Denver, and I can be there tomorrow, so I think about running through the Zion. I don't know, I'm going to do something. Take some back roads, look at some scenery. We're going to do something. But yeah, sitting here on the tailgate, eat my Del Taco fish tacos, 3 fish tacos. I got a piece of lettuce in my, driving me nuts. 3 fish tacos for $7 right here. All right, I'll holler at y'all tomorrow and let y'all know what's going on. Well, I said I was gonna take a whole bunch of scenery pictures. Nobody probably wants to see them anyway, but came into the Zion National Park here, taking a little 5-mile scenic route up to whatever, KOBM, I don't even know. But it's pretty. It's all beautiful. All you gotta do is get you one of those America Beautiful Pass for $80, and I mean, this is literally just right off the interstate. Interstate 70. Oh, there's some steep cliffs there. I need to correct myself on that last. I said Interstate 70 is off of Interstate 15. Little scenery just right off the interstate. A little 5-mile scenic drive. Well, I done gone let the sun get on the wrong side of this, but try to get it there. Alright guys, we're going to pull into the Chrome Truck Wash here in Beaver, Utah. It's on the opposite side of the interstate than the Flying J. You go the opposite way. Like I was headed, I don't even know what road I'm on. Am I still on Interstate 15, I believe? So I'm headed north on 15. Flying J is on the left. This is on the right. So if you're coming south, it'll be on the left. So I'll do a follow-up, tell you if they did a good job or not. Y'all know how hard it is if you got a dually truck. It's hard to find a place to get your truck washed. And I went through a bunch of salt coming over here. Had a little snowstorm over there west Nebraska going through Colorado. They iced the roads down, so I know a good way. They salted the roads down, so I know I got a lot of good salt. And then I went out on the beach on top of that. So I'm gonna whip in this little Chrome Truck Wash here. They do truck washes. They do pickup trucks for $35. Alright, for what I was saying, they wanted me to pull in, and maybe you could pause on that price board I put on there, but $35 for a pickup truck. And they have a undercarriage rust-proof foam that they normally charge $15 for a big truck, but they only charge $6 for a, did I say big truck? $15? $6 for a pickup truck. So I decided to go ahead and give that a try, see if I feel like it is. I've done some undercarriage drive over undercarriage and thought it was a gimmick, but looks like it's pretty fancy here, so we're gonna give it a try, and I'll let y'all know on the other side if I think it was worth it or not. Come down the side here. Call it the Chrome Truck Wash. Just going to get a picture of it so you know what it looked like if you come looking for it. But they definitely did a lot of work on the truck. So as far as their time they put into it, it was well worth the money. But what we'll have to see is I'm gonna get down the road and let every truck looks clean when it's wet. So I'll get down the road and let it get good and dry, and then we'll walk around and look at it and see. Alright, the wind's probably blowing so hard, but I just wanted to. Of course, I done drove 200 or 300 more miles, but it's pretty good. So, I believe the Chrome truck stop in Beaver, Utah is a good place to stop if you need to get your truck washed. Hey guys, I know the sun's kind of harsh on the camera right now, but we out here at the Grizzly Creek rest area off of I-70. They have the Grizzly Creek trailhead. I just walked up that. I did about a little over a mile, and then a little mile back, of course. I'll give it a moderate rating. Going by those national park ratings, what they call moderate, I call easy. But I don't call it difficult because it didn't have anything technical, but it was definitely a moderate trail. But guys, I'm telling you, if all the walking you do is getting out of your truck and walking up to the truck stop, you got to get out and move around. You got to look at this beautiful country we live in. That's the best part of RV transport. Man, that trail was beautiful. Went down this winding creek they call Grizzly Creek. The rocks and the waterfalls, and man, it was just beautiful. You can't miss it coming across I-70. The exit's called Grizzly Creek. You can pull over. I mean, big trucks can pull in, so pull over, pull in your RV, get you a good walk. You got the Colorado River. That's Grizzly Creek, dumps into the Colorado River. Oh, there goes my phone all the way to the ground. So anyway, lots of things to see. It's a great rest area. Get your steps in, get out and move. But anyway, man, guys, y'all get out, look at this country. Get out of the truck, walk around, get some exercise. Take it from me, man. I've been in them trucks for 30 years. I got so many health problems from sitting in that seat for hours on end. It takes a toll on you after a while, so get out and move. All right, we headed to Denver. Later. All right. Yep. Pull off right here.
Yeah, if you go here, you can turn around.
Okay, kind of follow him. Are these all Horizon drivers up here?
Well, these guys aren't in line right now.
Oh, okay.
The line will be like right here. You know what I mean? So you'll be first in line. This gentleman's got to take that trailer up.
Okay.
After this trailer comes out.
All right.
Sir.
All right, so where you at? Windish. Alright guys, we here in Denver, Colorado, working the show. We inside the convention center, picking up units, taking them back to the dealer. Got a long line of trucks in front of me. Boy, this wind is crazy. See all the RV transporters laid up, roads are closed. We're in Big Springs, Nebraska. Yep. I just left, no, we're in Grand Island, Nebraska. Over here at the Bozeman. I just left Big Springs this morning. Pretty much the same thing there. Place was jam-packed full of RV transporters. Wind is horrible. I had to sit there and hold the death nozzle, you know, getting some death. And I gotta sit there and hold it. I can't just set it. I couldn't hardly stand there. It was blowing me over. But gotta get back to Indiana. We headed that way. Got us a big destination trailer. What better thing to pick up when the wind's blowing 40 miles an hour is a destination trailer. Yay. Alright, catch you down the road. Alright, RV transporters. We about to haul this destination trailer down to Texas, Arroyo, Texas. Yeah, we're gonna get it on down there. Let's go. Does that work? Alright, one quick walk around here. We out here, sleet, snow, wind. I didn't even think about the wind to get my mic. I hope it's probably not even gonna be able to hear me. Quick walk around, got our tag on, got the tag on. Yeah, boy. Know where we were. All right. Hopefully it looks good. There's the beast. Boy, you should have seen it earlier. Maybe I can stick some pictures in. I did take some pictures of that joker. Looked like we're growing barnacles on it right here. Come on. There we go. Get that crap off my truck. Yeah, that looks a little better. I've been knocking ice off of it all day. All right, let's jump in the truck and get warmed up. We'll go over some numbers on this one. The joys of driving to Houston. Alright guys, I have not done a good job of keeping up with this trip. I'm telling you, the weather is crazy. So we down in Texas. We just unloaded. Yep. I'm way behind on the numbers. I didn't even get a picture of the delivering the unit, which was sad because I ended up having to drop the destination trailer off. It was messed up. So I was going to just say, yeah, I'm in Texas delivering my trailer, and have a different trailer on there and see if anybody caught that. But anyway, I just pulled a goofy little bumper pull. I guess I had my hitch. The situation was I got up there and that one was broke down, had to leave it there, and I'd already started, since I was coming to Texas, I already started making plans, run my truck by the shop and had a date with my wife, and just, so now I lost that destination trailer. So the night dispatcher told me to park it on the North Goshen yard and pick out something else. So the only thing I could find come and get me back home, since I already started making plans, was a goofy little bumper pull going to Texas City down here at Galveston. That's where I'm at, off Interstate 45 in between Houston and Galveston. So looking at the numbers on this unit I just picked up, sorry, I thought I had them ready to go, but I don't guess I did. Nope. 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 This is it. Yep, this is it right here, guys. What we ended up with. Low down to Demontrod Chevrolet dealership. They had a little RV lot there too. So we drove 1,203 miles, according to this paper, at $1.60. I haven't hauled something that low in a long time. $1.60. Paying over $4.20, $4.30 a gallon in diesel. Alright, so $1.60, that came out to $19.24. Didn't even bust $2,000. Man. Alright, so $40 off of that. Well, they got $10 on escrow. I don't know what that deal is. I haven't had escrow in a while. Hey, little birdie. So, left me with 1874. 1874.80. That's what I got. Now I haven't. I think since we last talked, I only bought fuel one time. Let me go pull that up real quick. So yeah, here's my fuel. I don't think coming out of Denver, because I run around Pismo Beach and I went somewhere else. Where did I go? I don't forgot. Went to National Park. Blah blah blah. Which one did I go to? Anyway. I did a lot of driving around, and so I normally make it from California, once I top off at Littlefield, Arizona, I can run all the way to California and back to Nebraska, Grande, Nebraska. But all that running around I did, plus I did the RV show, so put $375 for the RV show. I really wish I wouldn't have wasted my time with that. But it was something I wanted to do. I hadn't done a show yet, and I wanted to try it out. So, what a big waste of time that was. They put way too many trucks on it. I mean, good grief. Too many trucks, so we didn't make no money. But anyway, so did the Denver show, did all that running around. So I ended up having to get some fuel. So I got $250.48 in fuel to get me on over to Nebraska. And then I topped off at Nebraska with $533.59. And wow, that's a lot of money. Oh wait, I bet that's okay, yeah. So then coming down here, pick up this load, and I come down here, I stopped probably maybe Benton, Arkansas, or Little Rock somewhere, and I topped everything off there. Was $593, and now I've literally got 3/8 of a tank of fuel in my stock tank, and my back tank is slap full. So I left the house empty, but I'm going to show up at the house with probably a good 80-90 gallons. So, I mean, it is what it is. You just have to kind of figure that out, Okay, well, he made less money, but I'm sitting here with $300 or $400 of fuel in my tank ready to go for on my next load. So, kind of blend that in, blend it in, figure it out. And I imagine with the price of fuel and everything, I'm too scared to watch my own video and see the numbers click down. I'm probably gonna be sick at my own stomach when I see all that. But I took that load to California right before all that Iran junk kicked off. So by the time I got up there and got loaded was when the price of fuel was shooting up. If I would have topped my tanks off a day earlier, I would have saved $200 or $300 bucks. I don't know. I would have saved a lot of money. But paying that high dollar fuel from that because of the Iran, that's the time I'm filming this. Fuel is up over $1 a gallon more than it was just a week before I started this run. So that hurt bad. We got a little thing from Horizon said, okay, we're going to get some fuel surcharges. But when I picked up this load at $1.60, I'm like, I don't see no fuel surcharges. So anyway, that's what it is, guys. So we're down here at Buc-ee's and we're fixing to head to the house. I hope y'all had a good week. I apologize for not videoing more, but once again, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the weather. On my way back from Denver, the blizzard hit. And that's what they called it, the blizzard. I don't know what's the difference in a blizzard and a winter storm, but I know it was horrible. Wind blowing, you couldn't even stand up. I had to fuel my truck up in Grand Isle. I couldn't even hardly stand there and fuel my truck up. It was going to blow me over. And it was freezing cold, and snow and ice. After I got loaded and headed down south, I had to pull over because I was fishtailing down the road, just down a flat road. And man, the cars in the ditch, the cars and the big trucks in the ditch and everything. I said, I gotta get off the road. If I don't wreck myself, somebody else is gonna wreck me. So I got off the road, and it's taking me a while to get down here. It cost me, I should have unloaded first thing this morning, and now it's 3 o'clock. So kind of cost me a little time, but rather cost me a little time than be sitting in a ditch somewhere. So we're going to get off here and get to the house. First we're going to eat our barbecue chopped brisket at Buc-ee's. And then we're going to head to the house. And then we're going to get up and do it all over again. All right. Appreciate you watching. See ya.